Thank you all for using this agency to help you plan for your vacation to Pittsburgh. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Swain. Today I will inform you of Pittsburgh's history, culture, and special landmarks that will allow you to enjoy your vacation. Please take a brochure. This will help you travel to the best hotspots the city has to offer. Pittsburgh has a rich and fascinating history. Pittsburgh had a big role to play in the Revolutionary War and the Civil War, and it also worked hard to become a nice place for people to live in. Did you know that Pittsburgh was ranked the most livable city 6 times since 2000 by the Economist, Forbes, and Place Rated Almanac? Please, look at this 3D model of Pittsburgh and hand this between yourselves. In the Revolutionary War, Fort Pitt was a headquarters that held troops and supplies to defend the city. This was shown to us by the Fort Pitt Museum. Although Pittsburgh wasn't a battleground in the Civil War, it still played a big part. You see, Pittsburgh was a major supplier for the Union's Army and Navy. Pittsburgh used its mills and factories to supply the Union with ammunition for the Army and ironcladding to be used by the warships for the Navy. This was described in an article created by Brian Bowling, who wrote, "Pittsburgh worked to supply materials in the Civil War." He is also a staff writer for the Tribe Total Media. Pittsburgh has always been quite industrious. This is shown in Judy Johnson's article called Pittsburgh, when she states shipbuilding was an early industry in Pittsburgh. By 1787, the town's third largest industry, right after iron and textiles, was boat building. Pittsburgh was not always as beautiful as it is today. It once had problems with living conditions that made people want to live elsewhere. So the government decided to fix the chronic air pollution and flooding. After building a dam and making smoke controls, the city became sanitary. It was still not too interesting for people to notice it. This was when Pittsburgh created the Gateway Center, Point State Park, and the Civic Arena, which lay several critical infrastructure projects that further emphasized the need for the mundane in order to create the spectacular. This was a quote from Mariel Isaacson, who wrote The Fantasy Meets Reality, the Pittsburgh Renaissance and Urban Utopias. While you're in town, you may want to visit a game from one of many sports teams that is home to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has a very strong sense of unity when it comes to their teams. If their team wins, they are immensely happy. If they lose, many people found around the city are often in angry moods. So if you're in town during a game, just remember, root for Pittsburgh. One of Pittsburgh's sports teams is the Steelers. This is an NFL team whose colors are black and gold. Their home stadium is Heinz Field and is a great attraction to go to. Fun fact, the Pittsburgh Steelers currently hold the most Super Bowl wins. Pittsburgh is also a home to the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pirates are also known as the Bucks. The Pirates play at the PNC Park. This is a fun place to visit if you like baseball or the Pirates. Another team for the Pittsburgh is the Pittsburgh Penguins. Penguins are an NHL team who plays at the PVG Paints Arena. This hockey team have won the Stanley Cup 5 times. So it should be no surprise that the Pittsburgh is known as the City of Champions. There are several landmarks to visit in Pittsburgh. Now look at this visual representation called a PowerPoint. Up first is the Carnegie Institute. It was known as the Andrew Carnegie's Palace of Culture for the people of Pittsburgh. This was shown in the book Pittsburgh Then and Now and was written by Pittsburgh History and Landmark Foundation. We're also home to the Duquesne Incline, created in 1877, which makes it 141 years old. This was from the Duquesne Inc. website. Ride the incline and you can see a small history museum. Next up on the list is the Cathedral of Learning. The cathedral opened up in 1937. From Beth Price Williams' Article 8, Historical Landmarks You Have to Visit in Pittsburgh, she states that the cathedral is designed to inspire kids of all generations to embrace learning. The cathedral is a part of the University of Pittsburgh. Now you can see the Ohio River. The 3 rivers of Pittsburgh are the Ohio, the Monongahela, and the Allegheny. These allow ample access to water activities to allow people to ride boats, jet skis, and kayaks right next to the city. Now that I'm finished, just remember all the history and culture that Pittsburgh has to offer. Please enjoy and remember, if you want to survive, go Steelers.